Hello, it's me, Chris. As you may note, I'm not in my bedroom right now. um, so this is probably the first time that Nathan's ever seen me with a mask. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know. It's interesting because like when the whole pandemic started, it's like Nathan and I didn't actually see each other for nearly a year. Part of it was that I was working a lot. Part of it was, just trying to limit the number of contacts that I made with people and so forth and so on. Since I was working overtime for a number of months and everything, I was just trying to limit the number of actual contacts that I made. So I didn't see a lot of people in person for a while. Anyway, that's kind of irrelevant. The reason why I'm wearing a mask is because I'm at storage, and it's kind of later in the evening, and I don't think anybody else is here, so I probably don't need the mask. So, because I don't think that I have the COVID at the moment or ever. I don't know. Like, I don't know really what to say there. Anyway, what I was wanting to talk about, so that I don't get too long-winded as an introduction that has nothing to do with what I'm actually here for, is I started recently watching Hoarders. Okay. It's a show that I watched a couple of times back in the day, and I've always been of the take that I am a borderline hoarder, right? That the reason why I'm not a straight out hoarder is because I'm sweating. Oh, by the way, the reason why I'm doing this video, I don't know if you can hear it, the thunder and the rain and everything. I got here and I was just going to grab these. I'm just going to grab those right there. Not my keys, I have the keys. But I was just going to grab those, and then I was going to take them to the car. And I went to the bins the other day, and I wanted to pack some of the stuff up in the bins. Immediately starts raining. So I'm hoping it'll kind of die down a little bit. So I decided to go ahead and do this video while I was letting it die down a little bit. So anyway, so I've always maintained that I'm a borderline hoarder, and the reason for it is because, it's like I actually like throwing things away. Like, it is actually a thing that I enjoy doing. I just have to be in the right frame of mind to do it, which is where the pack ratting comes in. Meaning that what I'm trying to do a lot of the time is that I'm trying to, like I recycle all the time. Love recycling, probably too much, probably to the point that some people probably think I'm a bit crazy. But that's the whole sort of point. So the thing is that I've held on to a lot of stuff in my life just because it's not getting any better out there. I'm trapped. So anyway, so the whole point being is that, it's like I've kept a lot of stuff over the years, and I used to have 2 storage sheds, and then I did this massive purge one night to get down to 1 storage shed, and then I wrote a novel, and then I haven't really done any mass purges since. I've thrown stuff away, I just haven't done any mass purges. So the problem is that stuff has been accumulating again, and part of it is because Nathan and I had an antique mall spot. We were doing some garage sales, and we still were doing the convention circuit for like the Comic-Con conventions and stuff like that. And I don't know, like, if a tornado blows through here, I'm gonna have to close this shed up so that I don't get trapped under everything blowing. Anyway, so I was going and buying a lot of stuff, right? Because we were trying, and we were doing some eBay, but not really the way that we're doing now. But mostly, I was finding stuff. We were reselling it, wherever. And so I had a lot of stuff left over from that, so that was part of where it grew. On top of that, every so often I would go and I would buy some stuff, intending that one of these days I would get back to doing eBay, which I have now, but I just kept putting off getting back to eBay, so forth and so on. Pretty much everything, I think, my life sort of centers around when I was no longer paying child support, when I finally got all of that paid up, and now I can kind of do things. So The point being is I wanted to go ahead and show you my storage shed because this is probably the worst that it has looked in a long time, because I've been going and getting stuff from the Goodwill bins and doing all that in order to do videos and so on. Because of that, I've brought a lot of stuff here, and because I want easy access to it, I have made the mistake of piling a lot of it up front. So, but going back isn't any better. And the main thing about this is that I had a relatively large storage space going into a couple of years ago, okay? Because I had a lot of stuff that I was keeping there. So I moved it into a smaller storage space and then couldn't find anything because I could never get to anything without pulling a whole bunch of stuff out, right? So I was like, you know what would fix that problem would be to move back into a large storage space so that I actually can walk in between the boxes and get to it. I don't know what exactly changed between the one big storage space and this big storage space, but I was unable to kind of have a path to go through anymore. And so what you're going to see up front is bad, but I'm just going to admit right now, it's not that, oh no, but behind that it's nice and orderly. No, it's not. So I'm going to show you my storage shed. And you're going to go, wow, you got some problems, Chris. But that's because what I'm doing now, I've started writing some blog posts. I'm going to deal with me dealing with this. So I want to do some videos as well. So I'm going to try to kind of do that whole thing. I think that this is sort of a space where I am right now in my life, which is that now that I have a little bit more freedom to come and go as I please. Matter of fact, I stopped delivering Uber to come here to get those, not my keys, the keys I had, but I stopped doing Uber to come here to get those, and then decided, since it started pouring, to do this in hopes that that would chill out, which it has not. So I'm probably instead just going to brave it out there and just go back and finish up Uber after I do this video and everything. So let's look at the storage shed, shall we? What? Yeah. That is what I got going on right now. Now let's try to get a little bit of a, that's what I got going on back there. Like this is pretty bad. This is why I don't have all my stuff at my house. And you can see it's not a small storage shed, you know, so it's like I have got a lot of stuff. Oh, see, there's this thing right here. Let me move these back. By the way, just as a weird bit of trivia, I'm kind of pushing one of them under there. These three right here are the only magic cards that I have found out at the bins so far. One's a zombie token. It's not even magic card back. It's just it's an ad with a zombie token on it. This one is for a double face card, and then this one is some thriving rats, which, you know, these may not be the only thriving rats in here. Okay, let me see if I can climb up on this without hurting myself. Here, let me move these down. Move those down there, and wait, maybe I can do this. And then there's some light. Yay. So this is my storage shed. Oh, that game right back there. I want that game right now. So if you'll note over here, what this is I actually did try to actually start organizing over here. I know it didn't look like it, but that's why there's like this spot over here where it sort of seems almost bald. It's like, because what I was trying to do was do a thing where all the boxes on the left side of this would eventually be stuff that I'd already gone through. And yeah, I didn't quite get as far as I wanted. So anyway, so this is the mess that I have. There's the golf bag. You can barely see it. It's that round black thing there. That there's it's an actual golf bag. I don't know if you see it. Anyway, that golf bag. I don't even remember where it came from, but Nathan and I actually sold it to a guy for $5 at a garage sale who was going to come back and get it, and he never came back. I hear the rain stopping. Okay, well, while this has been really fun, if the rain has stopped, if it has calmed down a little bit, I think I am going to go and do that. But anyway, so this is the mess that I'm going to be dealing with. So just so that you know, hi Dave Ramsey. Do you have any advice for me about getting rid of all this crap as opposed to accumulating money? No? Okay, good. Oops, I just hit something, so I don't know if this has gone weird or not. I just hit something on the screen, so maybe I look weird. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll probably deal with this stuff. I don't know how frequently, but I'll deal with this stuff as I'm going along. And you know, I think that like one of the things that I keep kind of hearing on hoarders is, well, I think I heard it once, but the sentiment is there, but I think I only heard it said this way. Nope, there goes the rain again. All right, so this is my storage shed. So would you like to look further? Jesus Christ. Should have run. I should have been like, I'll get out before the rain comes back. Anyway, but the sentiment is basically that the problem is that people tend to have stories attached to their stuff, right? And so they feel like that they'll forget those stories if they don't keep, you know what I mean? And so I do have stories, and that's the problem, is that it's just sort of like, you know, it's like I sort of want to do a project where I kind of go through and just journal a good portion of my life, and what better way than to see something like this and remember something, because who would remember where this came from? I don't know if I would remember where this came from if I didn't remember this, right? So there's a game around here called Mixtape. It's around here somewhere, and it was a gift, a birthday gift from somebody that I played out at DGM with, who has the same birthday as me, and her mom does these types of things for a craft account, channel, whatever you call it. I don't know what those are called, but she does these kinds of things. She makes like dice bags and stuff like that, and so she bought me this little small box game called Mixtape and used this to wrap it. And so you see, there's a story behind it. It's not just that I'm like, oh hey, you know, how whatever. So now I will show you something though. This is kind of the problem that I have, which is that this jack right here, that jack doesn't really work very well anymore. I'm just trying to figure out, what I wanted to do is figure out how to properly recycle it, because I don't think it can just go into a recycle bin, but it is like large amounts of metal. Now, I know the answer to that. The answer is to, there's places that do recycling like that. You know, you take cans to them and stuff like that. I just need to find one that's still open. The one that I knew about, I think, closed down. I need to even go see if it's still open. But that jack right there doesn't really work anymore. It does, but the hydraulic is out on it. So that's the other possibility, is maybe fix the hydraulic on it. But I'm not going to do that. So that could be like a good garage sale item. Just put it out for like $5 with a note on it saying, hey, you need to do the hydraulic on that, right? So you need to fix the hydraulic. So I don't know. There's some records I found. That one's unopened. I found these out at the bin, actually, out the bins. I don't remember if I showed them on something or not. I don't know if there was a Stevie Wonder record that I gave to a gaming friend for her birthday, because I mean, I was going to give it to her anyway, but then her birthday happened to come up, and so I told her, I don't buy birthday gifts, but since it's your birthday, I was going to give this to you anyway. She has a cat named Stevie Wonder, so it just almost made sense to give her the Stevie Wonder record. It's a good one too. Anyway, so I found those out there. Anyway, whole point being is that this hydraulic, or this jack here, doesn't really work. I need to take it in, or I need to sell it at a garage sale, with the understanding that you're going to need to fix it. Probably take it to get to a recycle, but you know, to a place that actually deals in heavy metals and stuff like that. Wow, heavy metal. I don't know. Anyway, so that's part of my problem is that, like, you know, because one of the things that I have thought to myself, that should be like one of the first things that I deal with right there. Why? Because it is not only something that does need to be disposed of, but it's a bigger item. Like anything that needs to be disposed of and is a bigger item, you know, that's where I should start, because like I could save a lot of space in here just by getting rid of bigger items that need to be disposed of, or by putting these two mousetrap games together, making a complete one and selling it on eBay. What do you think, Dave? If this maybe gone too long and and I accidentally touched the screen earlier, so I might be doing something wrong, and sounds like the rain's going. Okay, you make a really good point, much younger Dave, who still looks old. All right, thanks. Yeah, I think it's still recording. Anyway, so that's going to be my video for today. So, yeah. So just remember, when it comes to when it comes to eating the big ugly frog of going through all of my stuff here, that Lord Brian Tracy says, okay, I don't know. I have 3 copies of that book, by the way. But I don't, like, I have 2 copies of another printing of this book. But that's irrelevant. Anyway. I hear the rain. I'm gonna go, and I'm going to try to escape here before the rain it gets bad. Anyway, so thank you for watching, provided you watch. Thank you for listening, provided you listen. And thank you for not judging, even though I know you are.